In a little village where snow falls like powdered sugar and Christmas lights dance in the cold twilight, something magical is about to happen. Children gather around a glowing fire pit, their faces lit with wonder. Their eyes turn to the sage, an old man with eyes as wise as the stars. He leans on his carved staff, a knowing smile playing on his face. One of the children asks Sage the old man, "Grandpa Sage, can you tell us the real meaning of Christmas? Is it all about presents and candy canes?" The sage's eyes twinkle as he leans forward, his voice soft but full of power. Sage is calm, wise, reassuring. "Oh, little ones, Christmas is much more than what you see with your eyes. It is a journey of the heart, the birth of something greater inside all of us. Do you know about a place called Bethlehem?" Suddenly, the children's world shifts. No longer are they by the fire. They now stand in the middle of Bethlehem, a place that feels like both a dream and a memory. The soft glow of lanterns flickers against ancient stone streets. The world seems to slow as they walk through the dusty city. Sage, Bethlehem means house of bread, a place of nourishment. But what if I told you it also represents the heart, a place where something special can be born inside of you? To understand, we must meet two important people, Zechariah and Elizabeth. An elderly man named Zechariah gazes up at the sky, his eyes searching the stars. Beside him, Elizabeth places her hand on her heart, her face kind but weary. These two were waiting for something special, a child they thought would never come. But sometimes, when everything seems still and silent, that's when something magical begins to grow. Suddenly, the night is filled with a glow. A figure appears, draped in robes of light, an angel, shimmering with a brilliance that makes the air hum with energy. Angel is booming but kind, with authority and warmth. "Fear not, Zechariah, your prayers have been heard. Your son will be great, and he will prepare the way for something even greater." Zechariah stumbles back, his heart caught between fear and awe. Zechariah, breathless, disbelieving. But I am too old. How can this be true?" The children watch in awe, their small faces filled with wonder. "He's scared, just like I feel when I have to do something I've never done before." And that, my dear child, is where Christmas begins. It starts when we think we are not ready, when doubt fills our hearts. But that's when something miraculous can begin. Like a page turning in a storybook. The children are back at the fire, the soft glow of flames lighting up their faces. They glance at each other with new understanding. So, Christmas is about something growing inside us, even if we feel too small or scared to believe it. Yes, little one, and that growth begins with a whisper, like a soft song you can only hear if you listen with your heart. The fire crackles. The snow continues to fall like little stars from the sky. And in the hearts of these children, something new begins to grow. Something quiet but strong, like the first light of dawn. Long ago, under a sky full of stars, 3 wise men set out on a journey like no other. They followed the light of a brilliant star, believing it would lead them to a king, not one of power and riches, but of hope and peace. One of the wise men says, "The star grows brighter as we near it. Each step brings us closer to the promise foretold." Another wise man replies, "But he will not be in a palace. The signs say he will be in a manger, a place for animals. Can a king truly be found there?" The third wise man replies, "The greatest treasures often hide in the most humble places. Let the star guide us, and our hearts will understand." One of the children asks Sage, Why don't they stop and rest? They must be so tired. Sage replies, warm and gentle, "Ah, little one, their hearts are full of hope, and hope gives strength to tired feet. They know the journey is worth every step." Sage continues with the story. The wise men encounter a steep, rugged mountain pass. Their camels hesitate. One of the wise men speaks to his horse, "Steady now. The light has not led us astray before, and it will not fail us now." The second wise man replies, "The way is difficult. Perhaps we should find an easier route." The third wise man replies, firm and resolute, "The greatest journeys often demand the greatest effort. Trust the star." The children listen closely, their expressions mirroring the wise men's struggles. One of the children speaks thoughtful, softly, "It's like when I have to do something really hard at school, it feels impossible, but I have to keep trying." Sage replies the child in an encouraging voice, "Yes, child, great things are often born from perseverance." The wise men's journey reminds us that even the hardest paths can lead to the most beautiful destinations. The wise men crest the mountain, and the star shines brighter. A sense of awe fills the air. The wise men approach a humble stable. Light spills out, golden and warm, like a lantern glowing in the darkness. The first wise man in awe, "This is the place. The light is brighter than ever." The second wise man replies him in a hesitant manner, "But it is just a barn, a stable for animals. Can a king truly be found here?" The third wise man answers in a reassuring and wise tone, "Greatness is not in the walls, but in the heart of the one who resides within." The children, still unseen, lean forward, their faces lit with wonder. One of the children speaks, whispering in awe, "It's so small and so bright at the same time." Another child speaks, awed, hopeful, "Is the baby in there, the king?" Sage replies them in a kind and reflective tone, "Yes, the baby was a king, but not the kind of king who wears a crown of gold. He is the kind of king who reigns in hearts, not in castles." The wise men kneel, presenting their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The first wise man speaks humbly, presenting gold. Gold for the king who will bring peace and justice. The second wise man presenting frankincense, reverent, "Frankincense for the divine presence among us." The third wise man presenting myrrh, solemnly, "Myrrh for the sacrifice he will one day make." One of the children tells Sage, whispering with wide eyes, "They're giving such special gifts, but I don't have anything like that." Sage replies the child, "Oh, little one, the most precious gift you can give is your heart. For this king, it is the greatest treasure of all." Another child tells Sage, nodding with wonder, "It means the king can be in me too." Another child asks, smiling, inspired, "Even if I feel small or scared, he can grow in my heart." Sage replies them, "Yes, my dear ones, just as the star guided the wise men, this king can guide you. It starts with a small light inside, and as you follow it, it grows brighter, filling your heart with peace and love." The children stand, gazing up at the star, which now seems to shine just for them. The wise men begin their journey home, their faces glowing with contentment. The wise men carried their memories of this night for the rest of their lives, just as the light of the star lingered in their hearts. And so, Christmas reminds us of the journey, one of wonder, hope, and the love that transforms even the smallest places into something extraordinary. A child tells Sage, smiling softly, "I think I understand Christmas a little more now." Sage, with a twinkle in his eye, "And that, my little ones, is the beginning of your own journey. In a quiet village blanketed in snow, something extraordinary was about to happen. Old Sage, with a soft tap of his staff, the sage called forth something magical. A gentle chime filled the air, and suddenly the children were no longer sitting by the fire. Instead, they found themselves in the middle of a floating, glowing, egg-like sphere of light. The air shimmered, and the children felt weightless, as if the worries of the world had been left behind. Sage, calm, encouraging, says, "Welcome to the heart of the story, children. This is the place where new things are born, where dreams, courage, and love take shape." Golden threads began swirling around them, weaving intricate patterns that seemed alive. The threads came together, forming the shape of a small, luminous child glowing softly in the center of the sphere. One child, wide-eyed, pointing, Is that me?" Sage replies, "It can be. Every one of you carries something precious inside, a spark waiting to grow. Just like the Christ child was born in a humble manger, something wonderful can be born inside you. But it doesn't happen by accident. It takes care, patience, and love." The glowing child began to grow brighter and more defined, as if responding to the attention of the children. Soft whispers, like angelic voices, echoed around them, carrying a sense of wonder and peace. Child asks, fascinated, "What happens if we don't take care of it?" Sage replies, "Then it stays small, hidden, and afraid. But if you nurture it, just like a fire needs wood to keep burning, it will grow into something beautiful, something that can change not only your life, but the lives of those around you." The children drifted closer to the glowing figure, and as they did, faint reflections of their own faces began to appear in the light. They stared in awe, each seeing something they hadn't noticed about themselves before. It's like a piece of me I didn't know I had." A child speaks sage, smiling. "Exactly. This is the part of you that holds your greatest gifts: bravery, love, kindness, and faith. You only have to listen carefully to hear what it's asking for." The sphere began to pulse softly, and the children could hear a faint heartbeat, steady and soothing. Sage calmly speaks, "Close your eyes, little ones, and ask yourself, what do you want to grow inside of you?" The children closed their eyes, and as they thought deeply, a soft glow surrounded each of them, like an invisible fire being kindled. Opening their eyes, excited, speaking, "I want to grow creativity. I love to draw and make things." Sage replies, smiling warmly, "Then create, my child. Every time you make something, you feed that spark." As the sphere gently faded, the children felt themselves being lowered back to the ground, their feet touching the snowy earth once more. The children found themselves seated by the fire again, its warm glow wrapping around them like a blanket. The snow continued to fall gently, and the sage stood nearby, his staff steady in his hand. One child speaks, "I think I know what I want to grow inside me. I want to grow bravery, like Zechariah. He was scared, but he still listened to the angel and trusted."
Sage nodding, his voice steady, "Yes, bravery is like a fire. Every brave act is like adding another piece of wood to it. It burns brighter the more you feed it. And remember, being brave doesn't mean you're not scared. It means you keep going, even when you are." Another child sat quietly for a moment, lost in thought. Then, with a soft smile, they spoke. A child smiling softly speaks, "I want to grow love, like the baby king. He loved everyone, even when they didn't understand him." Sage, with warmth and pride, replies, "Ah, love, the most powerful spark of all. Show love every day, little one. Share it freely, and you will find it never runs out. The more you give, the more it grows. The children nodded, their faces thoughtful and bright with understanding. One by one, they began to share their hopes. Another child quietly speaks, "I think I want to grow kindness. Sometimes I feel small, but I want to be someone who helps others." Sage replies, "Kindness is a gift that makes you mighty no matter your size. A kind word or a helping hand can brighten someone's darkest day." As the fire crackled softly, the children leaned back to gaze at the sky. Stars twinkled brightly, their light spreading across the vast, snowy village. Sage softly, as if speaking to the stars, "Each star above you was once a tiny spark. It took time, care, and patience for it to shine, and now it lights up the entire sky. So too can the gifts inside you," a child asks, whispering, "We're like stars." Sage, smiling, "Yes, my dear. Each of you is a light, and the world needs your light. Shine brightly, and you'll help others find their way." The children sat quietly, letting the sage's words sink deep into their hearts. Their faces glowed in the firelight, filled with wonder and possibility. The sage leaned on his staff, his face illuminated by the gentle flames. His voice was soft, filled with wisdom and hope. Sage calmly, with depth. Christmas isn't just a day, little ones. It's a journey, one of faith, love, and hope. It begins inside each of us like a whisper, a spark, a dream. Feed it, protect it, and let it shine for the world to see. The children smiled, their hearts full and their spirits light. Snow continued to fall softly, and as the camera pulled back, the quiet snow-dusted village seemed to glow with peace and magic. In the quiet of a winter night, something beautiful begins to grow, not in the village square, but in the hearts of those who believe.